In this video, we're going to look at proportional symbol maps. So proportional symbol maps means that, number one, there's symbol in it. So what symbol are you using to represent information? In this map, you see that the symbol is a circle. Proportional meaning, you look at the legend here, the smaller the symbol, the smaller the value represented. Conversely, the larger the value, the larger the circle as well. So that will give you a visual representation as to which parts of, for example, the US has smaller values and which part of the US has larger values. So in this case, what value are we looking at? We're looking at the number of traffic fatalities in the US in 2009. That is again repeated in the title here. So if you just look at the overall pattern, you'll realize that this part of the US, the southern part and the eastern part of the US, has a lot of traffic fatalities. You do see an anomaly here in the western part where there is also a large number of fatalities. But in between here, central area, the northwestern area, you don't see as many traffic fatalities. So this is what we mean by using the size of a symbol. You can quickly see which areas in that particular country or which countries in the world have larger or smaller values. Moving on to a combined kind of graph that shows you choropleth and proportional symbols. So you'll see two different legends here. The first one is the choropleth legend, which tells you that this color, blue or bluish green, represents an increase in the number of jobs in the United States from 2007 to 2015. The red color shows you a decrease in the number of jobs. So from the onset, you'll notice that in the map here, overall, there are more blues than reds, which then tells you that overall in the US, a lot more states see an increase in the number of jobs. Fewer states see a decrease in the number of jobs. Then we move on to the proportional symbol section here. So instead of representing the symbols side by side as you saw in the previous map like this, the symbols overlap here. But it basically means the same thing. The smaller the circle, the smaller the value represented. The bigger the circle, the bigger the value represented. So if you look at California here, this size of a circle tells you that it's kind of in between 7.5% to 10%. That value represents what? Between a 7.5 to 10% increase in the number of jobs. If you look at, for example, this state here, very small, less than 2.5% decrease in the number of jobs. So amongst all the increases, you see mainly there's an increase, there are particular areas in the US that has more increase or greater increase compared to other areas. So one area you see here is California, Western US, that has a lot of increase, Southern has a lot. This part here, you see the northeastern part of US has a lot of increase as well. As for a decrease in the number of jobs, you see that mainly in the bottom half of the US here, probably these locations in the southeastern region. So in this case, it's very important to look at the legends to see if it's a color difference that you're talking about or you need to pay attention to, or is it a proportional symbol legend that you need to pay attention to. If it's both, then you should be describing both together. Meaning to say, if you look at a symbol, you should be able to tell me whether it's increase or decrease. You should be able to give me a rough estimate of the value that it represents.